First thing I want to talk about, I think really the biggest thing I'll enjoy about the game is the visuals. You have the really nice designs. You have these kind of class. When you change classes, you get these cool videos, like they change their whole outfits changes, their moveset changes. Like a really pretty character design here. We have the outfit, the fans moving around. Looks really nice. You got some different, as I put on this cutscene here, the game visually looks very pretty. I love the kind of vibe it has. A very chill vibe, relaxed. You have these different sort of character designs. It's all the scenes are voice acted, which I don't necessarily need that they need to be, but it does add a certain level of personality to each person. I like it. Again, I love the character design. I got a lot of like crazy accessories, but they're very nice. The colors, like the pinks and the reds on I think her name's Coletta. Nice blues and silvers, along with like sort of hot and cold colors. The way it has like little like cherry, or I don't know if they're cherries, but you know, the sort of like berries, red berries on the sort of mostly snowy area. It looks really pretty. The environments, just overall, it has a really nice vibe to it. It's 3D, but there's almost like a drawn look to it. So they do a really good job of that. Like as you look. I will say that when you look at some of the, well, I'll talk about the cutscenes later, but let's move on to, if we look at sort of the exploration of this. The UI is something that I really don't like in this game. If you can see, unfortunately, I needed to have if you look at the right side or left side, there is a sort of menu here that shows you what buttons to press, which I actually needed because I was playing it on a keyboard. If it was a controller, I probably wouldn't, but it's nice to have it to actually know. I can figure out how to dismount this sort of wolf you're riding around on without these buttons, because K is totally in a different place. I have no idea why they decided to make that K, but you can see you have a mini map with points of interest on it, so you don't necessarily need to explore. You just head to each point of interest. And the one thing that annoyed me the most about the UI is that you have this giant gold star on your screen at all times, telling you, hey, here's where your next objective is. And then underneath the minimap, you have your current objective. Head to Rata Harbor, or however you pronounce it. So to me, it almost seems kind of antithetical, or is that the right word? To like what an RPG kind of is, where it's like, hey, just it's almost become like an MMO, like go to next point, go to next point, go to next point, go to next point. Here's the next objective. Go there, go there. Hey, just follow this little path we just set out for you. You don't need to explore. You don't need to sort of wander around and learn about the world itself, become a part of it. Just boom, boom, boom. Here's the point. Here's the point. Here's the point. Track this objective. That kind of thing really kind of annoys me when you compare it to the older games in the Mana series, like sort of Secret of Mana, my personal favorite, where you didn't have that. You just had to kind of like figure out. And sometimes you did get lost, but it seems nowadays everyone's so afraid of anyone ever getting lost at any point. There's literally, if you hit the Alt button, I'm not in the game, so I can't do it. You could select as an option the star, and then it would like give you like this like shining trail that you could kind of like lead you back onto the path that you need to go in case you got lost, because you cannot get lost for like 5 seconds in the game, apparently, or it's the end of the world. They seem so afraid of anyone actually trying to, I should actually probably play this video, but actually exploring the world itself and trying to find out where to go next. You know, discovering stuff. That would be awful if we let players do that, apparently. So we need to have a giant star to lead you at every single point. It's amazing. And it does kind of highlight, I think, one of the issues with 3D games. Because you have to have these big kind of like open worlds. You get this space in 3D style games rather than if you have like a 2D, like a Secret of Mana, where you actually know exactly what people are going to see and what angle they're going to see. I think it's a lot easier to have sort of visual cues to guide people rather than really obtrusive UI menus or like UI elements to kind of guide the player instead. But in a way, like maybe that's just laziness, or they're just like kind of like trying to save. Let me put on a different video. They're trying to just to save time and make it easier. Because I just don't see the... I think there is ways to do it that's less intrusive, but I don't know exactly how you would do it. Or like it'd be a lot of work. Like if you had created specifically a path that they could follow, they'd have to find that path back again. And maybe they really are just super afraid of somebody losing their way, and then, you know, that would be the end of it. You're like, oh no, they'll drop the game if they have to like explore for like half an hour to find the right path again. They also have like fast travel at certain points. Anyway, it's just that part of it kind of annoyed me. The UI menus. And I don't think you can remove the star. Maybe there is if I'd have to look and see, maybe I can like remove the tracking from the next objective, but I didn't notice it. You can remove the mini map and the button press, you know, display telling you which button you need to press for which action, but I was not able to figure that out. On this, let me move on. Let me show you. This is just so. This was so awful. So let me set the stage. This girl, Karina, she bumped into a noble, and the noble noticed his key was gone, so he's falsely accusing her of stealing the key, and he wants to imprison her. Wants to imprison her, and, you know, throw her overboard or execute her. What are we gonna do? So you need to save her. You need to save this poor girl. She's, you know, kind of the excitable but fun. We believe you. There's like a heartwarming scene. She has her friends. Now, you know, her friends are helping her out. Now, you would think, like, all right, we need to find this key. Maybe this is, like, a good time to sort of, you know, explore the world, explore this town, give players, you know, a chance to get to know the people. You get just a better sense of what the town is as you kind of search for maybe, like, a shining sort of thing. Look in a pot. You know, this is how it would be done in the old days. Look in different pots or places and explore this area to find this key. I mean, that would be like sort of like a fun gameplay way of doing it, where you have to explore the town, talk to people. Hey, have you seen the key? Have you seen the key? That would be the quest I was kind of expecting, right? I mean, that's what you expect. Now, here's how this presents. Look for Pastor's key. How will we ever find this? Oh, wait a second. Maybe I just need to head to this giant fucking star right here. Maybe that's how I look for the key. You just look for the giant fucking star up top. And honestly, I was like shocked. Like, wait a second. Do I just head to the giant fucking star? That can't be it, right? You gotta like talk to a guy or something. You gotta, you know, make you go through a few more hoops. in order to get there. I thought I could jump that area, but you can't. You can't jump it. But yeah, it literally is legit. Let me as I explore this. You literally just walk up this trail here. Oh, hey, giant star. Oh, have you seen a key? Oh yeah, here it is. Right here. Look at this box. There you go. Oh, you guys will never believe what's inside. It's a fucking key. The key's literally right there. There it is. Boom. I have no idea, like, why the hell you would make this a quest. It is literally like, oh, no, we gotta go find this key. There's some sort of, like, pressure built up for it. Like, oh, no, how can we find this key in time to help save our friend? Oh, no, just, I guess, heartwarming moment. Like, we believe you. We know you didn't steal it. She finally has people that trust her. Oh, yeah, go over here, right here. There's this giant indicator telling you exactly where it is. Like, why even have this quest? It's literally just making... This is why I hate about a lot of this UI bullshit, is because it totally negates anything like this. Like, finding the key was supposed to be some sort of gameplay element at some point. Like, you had to, like, look around, explore the map. You're literally just... It's so trivial. Why even make you do it? Giant star right there. There it is. Like, they don't even give you, like, sometimes they'll even give you, like, 3 people you need to talk to and sort of, like, work out, oh, this is what's going on here. That's interesting. No. Giant key. Like, you're clearly on a roller coaster here. It's an amusement park ride. You just head to each little objective. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, there's your experience. There's your RPG story experience right here. Just go to one point to the other, connect the dots, paint by numbers bullshit. It really pissed me off. If you can't tell, I hate crap like this in the game. It's not like a complete deal breaker, but it just always pisses me off because I'm not necessarily playing the game for an amazing story or, you know, these amazing, you know, sort of fun quests. They've never really been RPG's strong suit, in my opinion. But the whole idea of, like, look for Passer's Key and just look for the giant star up here. Like, why? Why make that a thing? It's so... Why even make this a quest? It's so dumb. Or why did they say, hey, why... They could have just had, like, hey, why don't you talk to this old man? He might know where it is. And then have the old man as a point. He's up at the top. But no, it's like, just look for it. And then apparently you just magically have a radar that can locate every object in an 80-mile radius and put a giant star on top of it. It makes no sense at all. And maybe translation error, I don't know. But this was so stupid. It really annoyed the shit out of me. I just can't stand this sort of thing in RPGs nowadays. Did MMOs just ruin people? Is that what's happened today? Or like maybe, like I said, maybe it's 3D, the sort of 3D elements of the game that just make it really hard to direct players or like give players this idea of like, I've explored everything. Like something that, you know, could be placed like in a 2D space in a really obvious area. You might, you know, come at it at a different angle and not be able to notice it. You never know. Because I mean, like even like in a real life example, like there's these games like I don't know why I'm blanking on the name now, but like there's these sort of like hiding, geocaching where you can hide things in places, and like you have like an app that kind of tells you exactly where it is, or like a point, and then you have to find it, and like you can like leave a hint. But even like it's amazing to see like stuff that you'd think would be super easy when you hide it is really difficult for people to find because they kind of go in with their own conceptions of like where it could be or what it is, and they just sort of miss what in your mind would be obvious for it to be, but you never really know what other people are going to see from their eyes. So rather than trying to find creative ways to make that happen, they just decided, hey, it's easier to just put a giant star right there where you just go and, oh, all right, I'm just gonna head over there to that giant star and find it. It's sad, but the cutscenes are pretty enjoyable. I'm not like a big story guy, but I really do enjoy. I mean, it's an RPG, so you come into it for the story, and so far the story seems to be pretty cute. I'm not gonna lie, it's a cute looking story. I love the. It's kind of an upbeat so far. I don't know, with these RPGs, they can be disappointing or kind of become sad at the end. Oh, big old doggy here, kind of cute. The world has like a sense of wonder to it. There is one thing I'll say: they have like they animate the faces, but like the eyes themselves like almost never seem to change shape, and it kind of makes them look like marionettes almost. It's a little disturbing, but that's a lower budget video game. So what do you expect? It's not bad, but it's at the same time it's not good either. It just feels weird to see the mouth moving, but like the eyes never change shape. But I do like the body animation. They do animate the actual bodies of the characters pretty well. They're sort of talk. They do last a little long too, and you can't necessarily skip them. You can like speed through them, but not skip them totally, which not a plus for me. Oh, look at the cute little dogs. Big old giant dog. You get to ride them. They're friendly. I love this. I really like this part here because there's kind of like a romance going on between the main character and this sort of main girl. It's nice to see. I like a cute little romance story in these games, though I do have to wonder if I'm being set up. Like they'll have this right now. It's pretty. Their romance is pretty well developed. They clearly trust each other, and it almost always seems like that's used as an element to, like as a character motivation device. I like this trope. This is like sort of lost in a classic fantasy trope with a girl kind of riding behind the guy and kind of closing her eyes and while she holds on to him. It's really, really nice. But, it's lost in today's Western media. But again, I can't feel like I'm being set up. Like, they establish, oh yeah, they really love each other. And they're really in love. And, oh, it's beautiful. And then all of a sudden, like, one of you must sacrifice yourself to, like, the mana tree or some shit at the end. And will you do this for love or some sort of crap? And, like, in the end, one of them disappears and they're heartbroken. Is that kind of shit gonna happen? I don't know, but I'm almost getting those vibes and being set up for this shit. As I clearly like have it going. Seems like it's early in the game. I wish they could continue our exhilarating adventure forever and ever. For now and for always. If only it could be for now and always. Like, yeah. I'm gonna be disappointed in the end, aren't I? I'm gonna be heartbroken. That's what you're trying to do to me, isn't it, Mana? Secret of Mana game. I could tell. I could tell what they're trying to do. Hopefully, it's not the case. Maybe we'll get our happy ending at the end. I know people were really really upset about the My Hero Academia. I don't know if there's a spoiler alert where they don't. If you haven't watched the ending of My Hero Academia yet, I'm about to spoil it. But apparently Deku, they don't really specifically indicate whether Deku got with Uraraka or like any of the ships actually occurred. They kind of just leave that open for people's interpretation. A lot of people weren't very happy. weren't really happy. Doesn't every game have to have some sort of convoluted protagonist near-death experience? Maybe. It is a common trope. It is a common trope, but we'll see. We'll see if that happens. Hopefully you get a happy ending at the end, where they get together and they're in love and they make babies like Shinjo Abe would have wanted. Let's get to the other. The combat is actually pretty jarring at first, because if you're used to other character action games, then to me it seems really slow. Like we look here, let's start the combat. Win the battle. This is loud. When you look at it, it just seems very slow, like you don't do a ton of damage here. There's a lot of delay in between attacks, in my opinion. You can kind of combo stuff. So, like, if you're playing the game for the first time, it is shocking if you expect something else. But it is a mana game. I had to remind myself that. It's a mana game. They've never been they're not Devil May Cry with these super crazy combos. But there is something interesting to it. Like if you do different attacks, like if I delay my hit, I'll do like an air combo with, especially this is with the Moon Fan class on this character. If I hold down the attack button, she does a different type of combo. If I tap it, she does another combo like that. And then you can also use heavy attacks to attack with your dragon, which is pretty cool. And I'm doing a pretty little damage because it's a different element. They have the elemental weaknesses like they've had in every mana game. This fight does last, in my opinion, a little too long. I'm not crazy that the fact that they have these sort of instances where it's like, rather than fighting in the overworld, once you start a combat, there are little circle forms around it, and you have to fight in that circle. And then it has a clear beginning and ending. I kind of like it when it's kind of seamless. You just fight in the world. You don't have to go through combat start, combat over. You have these cool special attacks, which is pretty neat. But I honestly, after I've seen this like 5 times, I'm sure I'm gonna get sick of it. There's always like a double-edged sword with these sort of things. Hopefully they give you an option to skip that. I didn't look. But I won it. Yay. Kind of move on. The combat was a mixed bag for me. I think there's something there and it can be fun, especially if there's a class with, attacks that you like. But at the same time, I wasn't blown away by it. This is definitely more of a chill style kind of Nemesis battles. And these like Nemesis battles again last a little too long. I love the soundtrack to them though. I wonder if this would be a fun game to kind of grind. I'm literally just being chased by this thing right now. So when you get knocked down, you stay down for a long time. I want to kind of jump out of it or do some sort of quick recovery. They don't have that option in this game. The other thing is the boss battles. Boss battle, in my opinion, was pretty fun. They do a good setup for this. This is the demo, so they do they want to show it off, show the game off. So this was also the boss battle they were showing off at the showcase events. So this might be one of their better ones as far as the look and the set goes. In the sea, and you're attacked, of course, by giant squid. So you have this really nice setup to the fight. This is kind of meant to be the boss battle, at least in this case, was meant to be a more cinematic style boss battle. Its attacks are fairly slow, kind of easy to dodge. It has a ton of life, in my opinion. Maybe I just wasn't, grinded enough. But it does take a little bit too long, in my opinion. I'm doing my super special attack. There's like a nice little pose here. Takes a tornado. But as you can see, the damage it does isn't super high. Ooh. And they get knocked down. They have big attacks. You can dodge if you play it safe enough. They're not that hard to dodge. It's just if you want to actually attack the thing, it can be a little bit difficult. And just nothing super intense. To me, the overall, it just seems like a super chill RPG that you can, vibe. You just want like a nice chill vibe RPG. Secret of Mana definitely seems, or Visions of Mana definitely seems like a game that can give that to you, where it's not going to have like super difficult fights. None of the game, and this is early in the game, but I can't imagine that it's going to be a very difficult RPG. It's mostly just play it, enjoy it. The art style is really great. I think that's its strongest element, is how it looks. The combat might have potential, but I don't know. At least this boss battle itself was, again, I like the sort of set it's taken place on. It's got like a lot of cool cinematic looking parts to it. So to me, like I said before, in my opinion, a boss battle either needs to be difficult, like really like push you in terms of mechanics, or it should be cinematic. And in this case, cinematic is the direction they went for, which I'm totally fine with that. As long as it looks interesting, then that's fine. As far as a boss battle goes, it's got to be at least one or the other. And this clearly goes for the cinematic kind of look, because it has like a different phase where it pushes you back as it goes under it. Kind of cool. That's how you know it's gone to like a second phase of attacks, which actually doesn't really actually change what its attack pattern all that much. This lasts, again, I think too long for a boss battle. I don't like the battle of attrition style boss battles. I mostly prefer like, hey, this does a lot of damage, but I can kill it fairly fast. But anyway, again, like I said, fun game. Seems like a very good vibe RPG. The big problem with it, and this is my biggest problem with Visions of Mana, is unfortunately the price. So this was originally, like back in the day, PC Gamer, you lying sacks, Timothy Montbleu, I think that's how you pronounce this game, is exactly what it should be, a mid-budget RPG comfort food. This would be awesome if it was mid-budget RPG comfort food. But they're literally acting for $60. What the hell is mid-budget about a $60 game? In my opinion, nothing. And this really is. It's a double-A game. And it's asking for a triple-A price tag here. This is what I don't get. I think Square Enix is dropping the ball in a huge way by pricing it at $60. This is just the base game. And of course, hey, we've got the deluxe edition, which has, a bunch of like DLC. You can play it a day early, which is the laziest. It's an RPG. It's not like a multiplayer game where like, oh, I'm gonna get an edge on my friends. Like, oh, I get to play it a whole day earlier. Wow. Of course, you get like a background music bundle, which is whatever. Again, you can get this shit off Spotify or YouTube for free. But they also have like costumes, like a little costume sets. Like, oh, you can get Rise's outfit for whatever her name is. Can't remember. Karina or whatever her name is. Oh, you got some cute outfits. for $20, by the way. They're also, I forgot to prepare this. There's also here we go, a collector's edition, which has the art book, which I'd really like to get. Or you can get your own, either the Xbox or the PS5. Sorry, PC gamers. You got, CDs of the soundtrack, I believe. And a little, like, plush dragon figure. Pretty cool, but you're going to be billing. It's going to set you back $200 to get this collector's edition set, which is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Well, I mean, like the art book. I wish they'd sell the art book separately. But really, $60. To me, $40 would have been the perfect price to sell this game at. $40, you make the collector's edition $60, and it'd be a decent value. But there's zero doubt in my mind by the next time the summer Steam sale rolls around next year that this game is going to be $30. You're going to be able to pick this up for $30. It'll be a great value then. I'm sure it's going to be, a fun game. But to put it at $60, knowing that it's going to be discounted, 6 months from now, however long, it just really annoys me because this is 100%, hey, we know we got some hardcore fans. Let's milk the shit out of them with, a $60 and $80, $200 price tags. And then for the people that are willing to wait, a few months, we're going to mark it down to get our sales back up and, make some money on it later down the line. So it's really just the hardcore, dedicated Mana fans that are going to get ripped off. It's hard to say if it's a ripoff, but it might be too strong a language. If you really enjoy it, it's probably worth $60. For me, I'm really on the fence. It depends. I know you've got the new Zelda game coming out, I believe, in September or October. I think it's September sometime. Actually, it might be. What's Echoes of Wisdom? Echoes of Wisdom. When's that shit coming out? September 26th. So almost at the end of October. So if you really need a game to hold you off a month, Visions of Mana might be a fun time. But honestly, the price tag is the main thing that would scare me off from this game. $60 is a lot for a game that just, again, seems really nice. Really good looking game. Seems fun. A little bit, if you want sort of a laid back RPG experience. But what you're getting for $60, I mean, compared to like another like $60 or $70 game, it just doesn't seem like it's quite there. It's not up to that sort of AAA level of graphics. And I like just the gameplay itself, like, oh, here's a giant star, go to the giant star. Nothing about it seems like ultra polished, like what you'd expect like a really classic game to be. But guys, that's it for my review. Again, just to wrap it up, Vision of Mana seems pretty nice. A fun game. I enjoyed playing the demo. I'm just sort of like, this is the stats right now. Peaked at 1,200. So not doing crazy good on Steam, but I could definitely see this being more of a console game than a PC game. I don't think, RPGs, PC games are exactly, it's not like you sort of like a multiplayer shooter, like, Concord or, stuff like Helldivers, which are more multiplayer. This would definitely find more of a home on a console, in my opinion. So I'm not necessarily worried about this, some numbers, but maybe it won't do great. I think at $60, it's not like it's not like a steal. Like, oh man, I'm super, super pumped. So we'll see. To me, it's again mixed. The price scares me off, but like I said, if you can get it on sale, I would definitely pick it up. If it goes to 30, I'd say it's a pretty good value. Right now, just from what I played, $60 seems a little high. If you're like starving for an RPG, pick it up. If not, wait until it's on sale. That's it for the show, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to like, subscribe, and we'll talk to you later. We'll be redirecting. There'll be a chill stream over on Post Zero in about an hour. So hit us up there. I'll be redirecting it once I end the stream, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend, and hope you have a good week. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later.